Hi, friends. We are back again. Welcome to Surviving Hollywood, the podcast about a couple of friends hanging out, navigating their journey through Hollywood as actors, filmmakers, and all that fun stuff. I'm Johnny Ray Diaz. Somebody wants to go next?
I'm Aaron Arnold.
I'm Austin and Arnold.
Yikes.
Guys, great to see you guys again.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Been a couple days.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you guys?
Well, I see Austin every day. But it's great to have all of us together.
Yeah.
Just the grind. Just the grind of H-Wood.
Yeah, it sounds very specific.
Last we heard from you, you had that big audition for Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything back.
Oh.
How'd it go?
Just kidding. No, actually, I mean, I thought it went well. It was really hard. Like I said, they had sides from different movies. So you had to kind
The
of
Godfather,
like The
right?
Godfather and one of the old Fast and Furious movies. But I weirdly got a call from my agent 2 days ago, I think. And she was very happy. She said that casting called her and my tape was going to producers.
Good.
Which is a good sign, really good sign. She said that casting said that I blew them away in the room.
Really?
That's what she said.
Do you think so?
I don't know. She said that's what casting told her. And
You think you did good, though?
I mean, I felt like I did good, but I felt like, there was a couple moments where I could have been a little better.
Did you go for the emotional obstacle?
Well, they gave me some redirection that I didn't, not that I didn't think of it. I just had chose not to do that because it felt like, I don't know.
Cliche.
It didn't seem like it went along with the character they were looking for. But that's what they wanted. And so I kind of just changed it in the room.
But was there emotion there? Or?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a highly emotional
Yeah,
scene.
some are less emotive.
It wasn't like a highly emotional scene, but I think that it just, I don't know how to explain it. I just tried to make sure I connected with the reader or the casting person.
Nice.
That was it. I think I messed up a line or something, but whatever. But I just tried to make sure that I was always just focused on trying to connect. This is a real conversation.
Cool.
And let me
That
ask you
was
this,
it.
Johnny, because you told me in that acting class that you're in, Anthony Gilardi's, you said that sometimes you think of a phrase or an objective that your character doesn't even have to have any. You don't need to know the lines necessarily, even though I know you do. But did you have that phrase? Or
yeah. Well, every audition I have a phrase now, but I didn't learn that from his class.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
learned that from John Dapolito. He's an acting coach from New York. Okay. He's been in LA plenty of times. You guys could have came. I think I told you guys.
Oh yeah,
about
that
him.
guy. Yeah,
The guy that tells you your acting niche.
people recommend them. Okay, cool. Well, I thought you learned it at. So what was your phrase this time?
Well, for this one specifically, it was essentially that I just want to prove myself. That's it. Prove myself. That was pretty much it.
And was the first line you did, was it in script or were you improving into it? Because you've told me that sometimes you do that.
Yeah, I have done that, but I didn't do that for this one because it didn't really make sense.
Okay.
I feel like I did improv so the second time we did the audition on one of the scenes, I improv'd some stuff, which I was like, I don't know, it's just whatever happens. And she liked it, which was cool.
Nice.
I was surprised because, with the drama, sometimes they don't really
Yeah.
want you to improv, but I just kind of threw in an extra line or two.
But when you can improve The Godfather with some improv, hey, you got to do it.
That's what Marlon Brando did.
Whoa. That's true. And look where he is today.
Dead.
Anyway, so what about you guys?
I had an audition recently. DB Casting. You guys familiar?
I have heard
Yes,
of DB casting.
Dinah
Bullion or something.
Weird last
It's
name.
in the SAG building. But it was for a beer commercial.
Somebody's over 25.
Yeah.
What beer?
What should I say?
I don't know. Did you booked it?
I texted you the other day. I asked you if you were going for it when you said I had 3.
Is it Corona?
No, you didn't. When did you text me?
I
I saw that text. I didn't know what that meant. It was some weird word.
Nobody responded. It was
It's really confused then.
It was well, I can't remember. You'd have to look at the text.
It was a weird
No, it's just the name of a beer.
brand.
Oh, Shinerbach.
Shinerbach, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I have had that beer before, actually.
Never had it. And in the audition, they had us use Stella's with the label ripped off. So
Wow.
anyway, the worst auditions in LA, maybe you guys can agree with me on this, is when you go and then they put you, it's commercial auditions, they pull all 4 people, 5 people in a room together and they say, this is, now you guys pretend like you're having fun party time, and you guys clink the beer.
Slightly grooving.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's just...
It's always hard not to like mentally make fun of that in your head.
Well, it's just everybody else is like being so fake about it. I try to take the more laid back approach.
Isn't there always like that one guy or whoever that's just like really trying way too hard to just like me, guys. I want you to like me, please.
Yeah, he's like going for like he's UCB level 1 is really coming out.
That's funny, dude. So it went well then, sort of.
No, I just assumed I didn't get it as soon as I saw what it was when I got in there.
Okay.
No, but I stopped. I went in very outcome independent, and
Almost too much.
And I assume I didn't get it because it's just they were going through people.
Was there any lines, or was it just like improv?
It was just improv type stuff. It's like, all right, now like they had like a fake board game and fake dice, and they're like, all right, now you roll the dice, and you two are gonna win, and then you two lose. but you're not that depressed to lose, you're still having fun.
You didn't lose all your life savings. You just that's classic. When you texted that, I thought you were saying like, should I bring this to the next podcast? That's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant.
I understood
I was
what
like,
you're saying, but
oh, okay, cool. Like he's gonna bring some
Shiner
different beers, some different beers to the podcast.
We'd love to be sponsored by a beer company.
Absolutely.
Until then, we do not reveal.
I like that.
I like that, dude. That's a good call. Anything you got going on this week or what?
Dude, big one tomorrow.
Big one tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah.
Theatrical, commercial?
HBO's Ballers.
Dude, nice.
Guest star.
All right. The Rock?
Well, it's not a scene with The Rock, but exactly. I play a dude that is a cocky guy managing a Fortnite, like team squad or whatever.
I could see that.
Esports.
Exactly, esports. And then the real football player wants to, come on that. And I kind of give him I drill him through.
How many pages is the...
It's 2.25 pages.
It's not bad.
But you're going to go in there pretty outcome independent.
In person?
It's in person.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, let's pretend this is the audition right now. We threw the script away. Give us your best pitch about your esports client.
Well,
here we go.
well, I haven't played Fortnite, so I'm not sure.
What are you doing with your life, man? Come on.
I was planning to do this research tonight. But you know what? I will give you my pitch. Listen. Fortnite's not like that physical, sweating. You're not playing football. You're not brushing up against other dudes. This is where the real men come to play. This is where the real women are on the sidelines wanting your money. It's where the real money is. So I want you to look me in the eye, and I want you to take a look at this right here. This is Fortnite. This is you. This is your future.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Oh,
appreciate it.
I was done. Should I do it again? I can do it.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah. Send in the next person, please.
My initial thoughts, it started off a little, I don't want to, toss these words at you, but a little homophobic. And then it got a little misogynistic. So
no, but that's the character.
Isn't that what Ballers is, though? That's basically what that show is. That's awesome, though, dude.
I like how you asked a question just there, because that brings us to the theme of today's episode.
All right. What is the theme of today's episode?
Q&A version.
Q&As.
We took your questions. If you have a question about surviving Hollywood, making it in this town as an actor, filmmaker, writer, director, whatever it is, I want you to hit us up at Surviving Hollywood Podcast on all social medias, including Gmail. Hit us up if you have a question.
Slide into our DMs. Why not? What else are you doing?
Slip and slide.
That being said, are you boys ready for the first question?
Take it away.
Yeah.
Okay. This one, and these people wrote some details. So this is titled, How to Not Act Awkward with an Actress I'm Working With. So I'm doing a scene right now for my college, and I play a guy who's trying to figure out the best way to propose to his girlfriend. That's the character. I know the girl.
In college?
He's a college play, I guess.
A little young.
I know the girl who's playing my girlfriend, and she seems pretty cool. Since we're supposed to be dating, there's a lot of touching and active romantic, but nothing sexual or too intimate. I don't have a ton of acting experience where I've had to pretend to be in a relationship before. So it's been making me kind of awkward and uncomfortable. I usually end up laughing a ton or being really wooden because I can't focus. Any tips for keeping my cool and not acting like a fool at rehearsals?
Wait, so his question is just
how to not act awkward with his
co-star.
I thought there was like a proposal in there somewhere.
That's his character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever dealt with that?
I mean, just on a day-to-day basis, when I talk to people, I try not to be out of
You got to come out of your shell, dude.
Yeah.
Got some advice?
I think remain professional. I don't think this kid can handle, just like developing a good rapport with his coworker. I say keep it professional, keep your hands above board. Don't try and be funny. Don't try and be charming. Just be a professional out there, polite and friendly.
I don't think that's what he's asking, is he?
Well, that is a strategy. He's asking for your strategy.
Okay, all right.
Wait, so what is he asking?
Well, I think he's asking how to not be awkward with a person you don't know on set.
Yes, and that was Aaron's strategy.
I think he's erring on the side. Is there a tip or a trick? How do I be charming? I say, dude, don't even go for it. You can't handle that right now.
Less is more. Less is more. You're with this person for 8 hours of rehearsal or whatever.
Right.
It's like less is more.
Because why not just hang out with her like outside of, before you shoot? Like maybe like spend some time with her, get to know her so it's not so awkward.
Because this is
run lines, wink.
This is what this kid is going to do. Now you be the girl.
Okay.
And just a normal girl, and I'll be this guy. Day 3 of rehearsal, the director has said multiple times, okay, you two stand together. So I'm reading into that right away. Okay. So this is us. Hey, I thought you really did a great job in our scene.
Thanks. You were pretty good too.
Thanks. What do you think our life's going to be like when we're married?
Hey, why are you touching me?
No, it's just because we're. I was just. Did you want to go to a kickback after this?
I don't know. I was kind of supposed to hang out with my boyfriend later.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we can run lines though, or something.
Yeah.
I feel really good about it. Don't you? I feel comfortable, don't you?
Yeah. It's very easy to like you.
Okay, guys, back to one. Back to one.
So don't do that.
That's a good strategy. I just thought of this, but
wait, what was a good strategy? Not doing that?
Less is more. No, less. Your strategy, like less is more.
I think you're
don't
right.
try.
You're right.
And I have a.
You try, you lose. You don't try, at least you got a chance.
The last time that I dealt with this, I was doing Splitting Image, and I played the love interest to the main girl.
And where can we see Splitting Image?
You can see it on Lifetime, now called Married to a Murderer.
There we go.
Nice. And the director had us play these like kind of like get to know you type things. Like you can find these online. It's like stare into somebody's eyes for like 3 minutes straight.
They say you will fall in love with somebody if you do that, right?
Or just become comfortable with them, or like answer these questions. They range from like general to intimate. Like you can find these, icebreaker type things.
Or play Twister in your underwear.
All right. Hope we helped, buddy.
Our next question.
Next
You're going to make it, bud.
question.
Just drop out of college, man. You don't need it.
All right. I'll give you a choice. Do you want one about an agent? Do you want one about a web series? Or do you want one about being naked?
Web series.
I'll take
all right, web series. All right. Here it is. I've been offered a small speaking role in a web series.
Nice.
Issue is, I have zero experience in acting.
Guess what? After you do this, you still will.
Anything I should know? So this person's in a web series, and let me give you some details, because he did provide some details.
Cool.
Let me guess. It's let's just try and we can figure out the details. It's shooting in some person's apartment.
Nope.
It's a dinner scene?
It's on their couch.
It's on location. It's on location.
Oh, really?
And they have to worry about getting to work after, so.
Nope. I'll give you the details.
2 roommates fighting?
I've always had an interest in acting, but I never did anything with it. I'm 19, and it came up in a conversation about careers and life and such with my dad. Somehow, I've been offered this role through his coworkers. It's being filmed in New Mexico. I'm in Ohio.
Wow.
It's also unpaid, and I will be getting an IMDb credit for whatever that's worth. I'd really like to take it.
Almost nothing.
Even if I don't go further in acting, it's still a cool experience. Is there anything I should know before I do, though? Thanks. So first web series in a different state.
So it's pretty cool, actually.
Well, he has a speaking part, an unpaid speaking part in a web series, and he's going to have to fly himself to New Mexico?
Maybe his dad will help him.
Right. Well, because his dad's coworkers, so
Well,
they might
cool.
be paying for that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then definitely do it.
This might be a corporate, web series
Yeah.
in-house.
Okay.
I mean, what is the guy asking?
And
He said advice to get.
anything I should know. He's never done this before. And there's a lot of people out there. Maybe you've never done a web series and you're wondering the same thing.
Well, I think regardless of whether it's a web series or not, even if it was like a short film, you would still approach it the same way.
Yeah,
If you've
first
never
time
done
acting.
anything,
First
yeah.
time acting. So how do you approach?
I think,
What do you need to know? What do you wish you wouldn't know?
and this kid wants to be an actor?
He's not sure.
He's contemplating.
He's saying he's never. He's saying it's going to be a cool experience either way. Even if he never does it again, he's looking forward to this experience.
So I would say you just want to try to be as professional as possible. You know,
Come prepared, know your lines, but be prepared to play.
yeah. I think if he has an opportunity, like if he's never done any acting, maybe take like a quick like acting course or something to kind of introduce him to the basics at least, so he's not just going there cold.
So now
Yes.
he's definitely in the hole when it comes to money.
Well,
No,
his dad's paying for everything.
He has a dad.
He's got a rich father. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I don't really know what else to say.
I don't know
other
if you
than-
necessarily need to enroll in an acting class. To
I mean, maybe
go-
something. I don't know.
I think you need to be prepared, dude. Know the script inside and out. Then when you go there, be prepared for the director to go, not really liking that line. Can you try this?
Does your dad have any other sons?
And then you don't want to be the guy who goes, oh well, I mean the script said it like this, so I kind of prepared like this.
It's happened before.
Okay, so what beyond be prepared? What advice can we give this kid?
I say, since it is specifically with your dad's coworkers, even though be respectful, don't think of them as, oh, these are my dad's buddies. Think of it as a nice collective of people who want to make something cool.
Actually, you know what? Just have fun. That's it. Honestly,
You're gonna-
it's an unpaid project. You're getting to fly to a new state. I mean, I don't know if you've been there or not, but
You've been there, right?
no, I've never been to New Mexico. But I don't know. Maybe it's cool. I don't know. I don't really know what the Dirts do there, but I would say just have fun. Go there with like an open mind, and like you said, dude, just be ready to play and just be able to adapt and don't take it. Maybe not take it super serious. Just because it's your first time and like,
Right. And it doesn't
just
seem
enjoy
it doesn't seem that serious the way you
Right.
described it. So
yeah. Unless it's like a huge budget.
don't
he's
be
the
too
only one
proud,
who-
buddy.
I just want to say you guys are going to make great fathers.
I already am one.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Just kidding.
We're 2 questions down out of 17. Let's keep going. Confused after meeting with an agent today. We've all been there.
Oh yeah.
So, as the question suggests, I had a meeting with an agent this afternoon. Before I left, he said that he would be consulting with the head agent. So I guess he was like auditioning to get
Are
representation.
you what, you got some candy or?
Tylenol.
Dude, press your cough button.
I know this thing doesn't. These packages are so hard to open.
No, dude, take it. We don't want you having a headache on this.
I'm too late. Anyway, continue the question.
All right. So he went to an agent meeting. Before he left, the agent said that he would be consulting with the head agent and would get him to do a self-tape over the weekend from a scene he will send me. So the agent will send the scene, and they will decide, and they will decide if they will take me or not.
Okay.
Is that a good sign? Or should he already know if he wants to sign me from seeing my headshots, show reel, CV, and meeting me in person? Should he already know from all that?
First of all, dude, you sound super nervous. Shouldn't he already know? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe just send the self-tape.
Well, I kind of agree with that guy. Like, what more do you need? You saw on the reel, you met them in person. They probably did a cold reading in.
What's a CV?
I don't know.
Resume, cover letter.
Oh
right?
yeah. Well, CV.
I actually think like it's still a good sign because like if the dude really didn't want you, he'd be like, yeah, thanks for coming in. We'll think about it and then never talk to you again.
That's true.
So if he's saying like, well, I like you, I'm still a little bit on the fence, but like something about you is telling me to maybe give you a shot. Let's see how you do with this self-tape and let's just see how.
And
it
maybe the
goes.
head agent couldn't be there that day, so they need that self-tape either way.
I think it also could show like, if they start sending you self-tapes, what they can kind of expect in return. Like what kind of, production he's going to deliver us. Is it going to be good?
They're the future.
Well, is
Totally.
this commercial or theatrical?
Sounds like it's theatrical.
Doesn't
right?
say.
I mean, because how many commercials do you do on a self-tape?
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's theatrical.
I mean, let's just assume across the board. Does it matter?
I was just trying to get some details. I think, sorry for trying to help this guy.
Yeah, dude, why are you trying to shit on this guy?
Yeah, dude.
No,
yeah.
this guy's great. Honestly, dude, I think you need to do something big. Like real big.
Such as
The agent's probably seen 100 of these self-tapes.
Yeah, you need to send an email back going, listen, you saw what I have to offer. I have a meeting over at
ABC.
later. No, I don't know. Send the self-tape.
I mean,
Yeah.
also good question. Well, we don't really know, but how good is his show reel? Maybe the show reel is not really that good.
Yeah, probably.
And he's like, he doesn't have a lot of stuff, so he's like, well, I really need more material. Let's see how you do with an audition.
Yeah.
But
you
don't
know?
be too willing to please. Don't be like, oh, yeah, of course. did you want me to come back? Because I could come back. Or is it just, I can do a different take if you want it differently? Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. And I would say don't be too cynical either in terms of like those agents are cynical. You know, they're looking to you to have a little like hope and dream of like, you know, what they originally came to that town to do.
But it's normal for like the agents to be like, well, I got to clear with everybody else. Yeah. That always happens.
Have you ever had to do that? Like after an agent audition or manager, like send an additional self-tape?
No, they've always signed me on the spot or offered to.
Oh, big shot over here.
Name five. Name five that have done that.
Just you haven't heard of them.
Yeah, nice try.
Very niche.
That's happened to me one time when I was first starting out, but I think I sent one in and I'd never done a self-tape. This is before they got really popular. And I had nobody to read the lines with, and so I just did the lines on camera. And I was like, this is awful. This is terrible.
But let me ask you this. Didn't you go in there already and already do something live in front of them? Why do you think they needed...
Actually, I hadn't met him in person.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to see that first before I even met up with him. So,
okay.
And we never signed, so... There you go. Next question.
I like it.
Cool. We just saved another life out there. We're doing more good than doctors here.
I'm going to... let you guys choose. Okay, we have the naked theme.
Let's do that one.
That's
okay. First time acting naked. Help. And there's more of a question. I'm shooting a short film soon where I have to film an intimate scene involving full frontal. And truth be told, I'm very nervous.
This is a dude?
I assume. If anybody has any experience acting en natural, please tell me what to expect or feel free to PM me, smiley face. Obviously, we're not going to PM you, buddy, but we'll answer it.
Wait, so this is a short film, you said?
Yes.
Really wish you would have provided more details on exactly...
Yeah. Are you sure this is a guy?
No, we're not sure.
Oh, because it could be a girl.
I mean, it sounds like either way, it sounds like non-union.
Probably.
I assume it's a guy because who's posting on Reddit? Do you think girls are posting on Reddit?
Statistically less, but I mean, it is a strong chance.
It's possible. Because, how many projects require a dude full frontal usually?
Hey.
That movie with...
Welcome to West Hollywood.
One movie.
Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. Okay.
Forgetting
Sarah Marshall, yeah.
Would you guys do full frontal?
Well, has anybody done it?
No, I've never done it.
I've done like implied, where, maybe you just see your back or whatever. You're always in your boxers.
I did a sex scene with a lady once. I was also in the play Equus. You guys familiar with that?
I'm not.
I am.
It's a college play. It's where the kid has...
You were naked on stage?
Well, the kid has I didn't play the kid, but the kid has a like love/lust for equestrian, like for
horses.
For horses.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of horses in the play now. Not all of them get this kid riding them and get this kid's affection. Only the main horse.
So you rode that horse.
I was the main horse. He rode me. Now in college,
that's a different podcast, guys.
In college, you don't go full nudity.
Well, you never go full frontal, dude. Ever. Everybody knows that.
You never do.
Full frontal with Samantha Bee.
So, hey, let's get back to this guy's question.
She does it.
I mean, any advice?
That's hard, man.
What to expect? Please tell him what to expect. So this is what you should have put in your contract previously. It should have been. You'd have like a, not a dresser, but like a rider, a robe, or you should have have that all mapped out. You'll have the robe and you'll have a changing room like close to set or whatever.
But on non-union sets, come on, dude.
So what? Make your own contract, or you should just talk to the director, right, even if it's not in writing. But I just know when we had those sex scenes for that Splitting Image movie, they were called nudity riders, even though we weren't nude. But like every single shot that was going to be in there, it was like mapped out in the contract. And that was like more prevalent to the girl who was like slightly more sexy than us, but like every single shot was already mapped out. Now you're not going to get that on a short film, but like that's what you would expect if you did a higher budget film.
That's true. That is true. Well, I guess does it sound like this person is uncomfortable with it?
You know what?
Nervous. I think
I got what you're saying, dude. This kid's a little bit worried about keeping his erection for however long it takes to shoot this thing.
That's true. What do you do?
Well, you can take the sample of the blue pill.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
Maybe that is what it is. Who knows? Yeah, that's a hard one. No, I don't know. Is this person comfortable with, because if you're comfortable with it, then like there's really nothing to really worry about, I would say.
I say there's no way to keep that.
But I think even if you're comfortable, you and I, we would obviously be a little like, anxious about seeming like, oh, did I do enough curls last night?
Well, I wouldn't.
do push-ups before. That's
Sure.
a good advice. Before they turn the camera on,
good
you do
workout,
push-ups.
maybe some cardio.
Get the blood flowing. It's going to make you look bigger.
That's true. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do full frontal unless it was like some like
Tarantino.
really big project. Yeah, like if it was like if Spielberg or somebody Tarantino called, all right, cool, But if it's just like a one-liner in like some weird
Would you
thing
do
or something,
implied nudity? And when you get the
yeah.
sock?
yeah, I've done implied nudity.
We've done it
before.
for Lifetime, like the
Yeah,
recreational shows.
I'm asking Johnny if he would do it.
I've done sex scenes where it's implied and it's fine. I mean, honestly, most of those scenes, I don't know about for you guys, but I found a lot of like sex scenes to be really awkward. Actually,
Yeah, they're
it's
never
very
like
mechanical
sexy.
and
It's
like
not-
weird.
It's awkward to a degree. I mean, it's not sexy. It's very mechanical.
Exactly. The camera's like right there, and you're just
It's like, oh, do that again. Do that
move
again.
over real quick, and you're just like in this weird position, and you're just like, okay, now pretend like you're loving it, and it's just like, what? This is weird.
And how did you hold your erection, Aaron?
Yeah.
I didn't. The sock was too tight.
And was she okay with it?
I was a professional the whole time.
Okay, we're gonna move on to our next question. This
Let's
is
move on.
this is just a simple yes or no, and maybe one additional sentence. We'll get through this really quick.
Cool.
Before we move on to the next one. When I rehearse in my head, picture myself in a role, it works. I understand what directors tell me. Scripts make sense, and yet I come off as wooden at worst and meh at best on screen. Is this anxiety, or am I just not talented?
Why is everyone feeling wooden?
These are two separate
came
people.
from.
So
How did she begin? It's a girl, right?
I don't know. When I rehearse in my head,
We don't know that.
picture myself in a role, it works. So in the person's head, it's fine. I understand what directors tell me, scripts make sense, and yet I come off as wooden at worst and meh at best on screen. Is this anxiety, or am I just not talented?
Well, we can't address the anxiety because we're not doctors, but we could
Yeah.
certainly talk about her talent.
Yeah, and then just short answers before we move on to the next one.
Go ahead.
I would say it might be anxiety, but I guess you're just overall untalented. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably.
No,
Jeez.
it's you just have to just keep working at it. That's my answer. Keep trying new things.
I'm gonna say I don't know if you're talented or not because I'd have to see it, right? But then again, like I feel like at the beginning we're all not very good anyway. I mean, I feel like I've gotten way better, but I would say that you're probably way too much in your head. You're thinking way too much, and that's why you're coming off wooden because you're all up here. That's what I would say. It sounds like she's like, I rehearsed it, or I don't know if it's a she or he. I rehearsed it in my head. I know scripts. It's all up here, and it's like
doesn't-
you're forgetting to like.
Well, it could be no gender, non-binary.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Moving on.
The reason I wanted to keep this short is because obviously we don't know.
It's because this was Austin's question.
This is a real question. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you, guys. This is a real question. A lot of detail. Rejected from drama school due to lack of enterprise and intellectual ability. So here's his description. I auditioned for a top UK drama school a few weeks ago.
Cool.
And then, after being rejected, I requested they send some feedback. Today I got the feedback back, and it was listed on a scale of A to F. I did not get good marks. I scored a D in enterprise and a D in intellectual ability, and no mark under experience, which is odd. They were also marking acting, singing, and movement. How the heck did they figure out that my enterprise and intellectual ability from a 2-minute conversation, how do they mark that as D's? Their only real question to me was, what do you want to know about the school? And here's the end to it. I also have ADHD, and I'm being tested for dyspraxia, which affects my concentration and such. But this felt extremely condescending. Rejecting a student from an acting for your perceived lack of intellectual ability without really having make any real efforts to figure me out, ridiculous. And this is the last sentence. And we end up paying so much money for auditions and trains and all that just to be rejected for something we were never told we would be tested on. I'm angry, LOL.
Wow, it's a long question.
So his question is,
I'd say just next time though, when somebody says they're from the UK, do it in a British accent.
yeah, dude.
all right.
Is that an Ohio accent? I'm just kidding.
So he was rejected from drama school for his lack of enterprise. I'm not sure.
I was
business
thinking-
What
savvy.
does enterprise mean? I don't
Business
understand.
savvy? I don't know.
But that's so weird.
And he was rejected for his intellectual ability. And he got no marks.
I mean, what's your question, dude? I mean, they summed it up.
Well, he's saying why were the question is basically
How would they figure that out from a 2-minute interview? Their only question to him was,
I'm not the dean of the school. I don't know. You know.
you go into this audition for a school, and their only question to you is, what do you want to know about the school? Sounds like a blow off to me.
Well, I mean, I would say UK schools are probably more difficult to get into.
University.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, I just assume it's collegiate level.
Oh,
Right?
anyway. Yeah, I mean that's what I figured.
Could be a conservatory.
Right.
Sorry for like.
But they're
saying
very
university.
serious and over there about that stuff. So I feel like it's probably more difficult to get in there, and they're looking for very high caliber people. Not saying this person's not high caliber, but maybe their response wasn't something that really fit their, I don't know, what they're all about.
Maybe this person should hook up with the lady from Full House.
Dude, she's in the big house now.
Nice. Austin, I see Austin has strong opinions on this. He's
Yeah.
been thinking about this question ever since he pulled
He
it.
keeps rubbing his chin, so.
I mean, the dude flat out says, by the way, I have ADHD and not dyslexia. It was like something else, like a weird name. And sounds like he knows the problem. And he has trouble concentrating. So what's he want from us?
Well, I mean, I would say, who cares? He didn't get into some school. There's thousands of other schools.
Just do.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if it was me and somebody said that to me, I'd be like, oh, that's cool, man. I'm going to work twice as hard now and prove you wrong. Boom.
Also get on some medication maybe so you can concentrate.
Well, that could help.
Not overdose or anything, but like.
Well, we don't know.
Treat it.
Maybe they are on medication.
This
right?
guy's acting like it's like a girl who rejected him or something. Just move on. Try a different school. There's more than one.
Good advice with the girls as well.
Moving on.
Why doesn't she like me? She
Let's-
said I wasn't cool. She said I wasn't enterprising. It's like there's plenty of other girls.
Have you ever been on a date and the girl's like, hey, you know what? Your enterprise just isn't good.
Nowadays, that means following on Instagram. Enterprise.
That's probably what the school thought too.
Yeah.
Great answers. Let's take a little break, a little like midway break. We answered a lot of good ones.
Anything going on in the current news today?
It's a good
This
question.
week? Anything, man?
I pulled the story.
All right, you got
Oh,
stories.
nice.
He's got
We'd
stories.
love to hear it.
I like stories.
Love to
Now,
hear
I
it.
think this is possibly one of the most telling, the most important stories of our time. The snapshot in history. Would love to get your take on it, both of you, especially Johnny.
I really want to see your take, though.
Okay.
Here's the headline: Global box office revenue hits record 41 billion in 2018.
Nice.
Can you guess why?
Superhero movies.
I'm gonna say it's because it's fueled by diverse audiences.
Of course, Johnny knew the answer. Johnny's, he read it, but yeah, it's fueled by diverse U.S. audiences.
Some more black people, Mexicans, Asians.
Whoa, dude!
Those are the main
You
diversities.
said it in the wrong tone.
Come on, dude! You said it
okay.
very condescending.
Hey, way more black people and
Yeah.
Mexicans and Asians are coming.
I think that's great.
Me too.
I think it's good. Well, I think it's partly because there's a lot of stuff out now that's coming has minorities in it, right?
I think storytelling should be key, and you can't get great different storytelling without different voices.
Although, if I may make an argument that Trump got elected
Why
because
don't you put on your MAGA hat for a second, and please make this argument.
Yeah, can we get the hat? Bring out the hat, guys.
leave the hat.
We should get hats for the show.
Leave
though,
the
just
hat.
for
We should.
bits.
It's a good idea.
Leave the hat.
All right, let it go.
And Trump appealed to the whites, and he won. If that equated to money, he would have made more money.
I think you're simplifying it. You're not even talking about what we're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like movies like Black Panther, Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians
Yeah,
is a
dude.
good one.
I mean, it's appealing to different audiences, and of course, it's going to bring other people out to the movies, right?
Yeah.
The only question I have about this, and I'm going to ask you guys this, is I am also somewhat surprised that the box office is actually doing that well, because it feels like everything now is like online streaming, like you can watch it at home. So I almost feel like people go to the movies less. Do you guys feel that at all?
Does the box office
Definitely.
that doesn't mean Netflix? It only means
I think it means you're actually going to the theater, right? I mean, that's all that means.
right.
Yeah, global box office. Yeah. It doesn't qualify like Amazon and all that other stuff.
I mean, I don't know how the rest of America does it, but I go to the movies all the time.
Do you?
I still have the movie pass. It still works for me.
Surprising. But I mean, I still go to the movies because I got the AMC A-list thing. But for people that don't have it, you have to admit it's really expensive to go to a movie, especially in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You buy like, let's say you take your family, it's like $18 a ticket or something, plus a popcorn, plus drinks for the family. You're like in the whole $100 for a movie.
Yeah, even if you stuff the Twizzlers and the water bottles in your jacket, it's still expensive.
You bring the 6-inch footlong in your purse, it's still.
I'm hungry.
I'm starving right now.
I personally think, and if you two think differently, that's fine, but I personally think every single role should be for somebody who's different, like a minority or...
How different?
Like I'm saying, like a minority or like a woman or...
There shouldn't be two of the same ethnicities in the same cast?
No, there should. I'm just saying they're like as opposed to white people.
Native Americans?
Except the roles I go out for.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, yeah, there's more opportunity for everybody. I think now is like a golden time.
Johnny, do you feel that way? Since you're you're a person of color, right?
Yeah, sort of. I'm a different shade. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because like there's a ton of opportunity for a lot of people now, which is really, really cool. I think sometimes though, like as amazing as it's creating opportunities, I think that people should be cast based on their talent, though, not just the color of their skin. Because I feel like that happens sometimes. Like,
I mean, that should be the story, the talent. That should be the primary thing. But the counter argument is, and I can kind of understand this, is just as far as movies go. I don't know about you, but I think back on any movie I loved as a kid, my all-time favorite movies of all time, they all star white people.
That's true. All my favorite movies have white people too, because that's all there was. That's all there was back then.
Yeah, so I can understand.
So yeah, I guess it is really cool though. No, it's awesome. I think it's great for everybody. Yeah, and it's obviously working, right?
I love it. Hey, team,
Cool.
we have time for 2 more questions,
Let's bang them out.
and then we'll wrap it up and go to plugs at the end.
Can you give us some questions where people don't go? They've called me dumb in the past, but
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys choose. So, well, it can be about perspective and big picture since you became filmmakers, not only actors. That's one option. We'll choose 2 out of these 3. The other option is like flirting with my agent.
Just pick a question.
Okay. Has your perspective... Oh, wait, I was going to save this for our next guest, but we have plenty. Hey, has your perspective changed? We're all filmmakers here. We're not just actors. We create our own work.
Yeah.
Has your perspective changed, or have you seen changes in a positive light or a negative light after you've created your own work? So I guess this means as an actor yourself, just where you are, your place in the industry or whatever, since you started creating your own work, have you seen positive or negative changes?
in myself,
Could be anything, or your career, or...
I would say, yeah, create your own work. Not only are you going to calibrate your own taste and your own talent, but you're also going to have something to talk about at parties.
I agree. So film fest networking, like, I mean, I think you guys would both agree, like going to film festival as an actor compared to as a filmmaker, I would much rather go as a filmmaker, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
People come up to you and talk to you.
Right. An actor...
They respect you.
They think, well, if you're an actor, they think like, oh, you want something from them. But
Right.
filmmakers, oh, you're a peer in the space.
Exactly. They can talk to you about different things. And I think that not only as a filmmaker, I think it makes you a better actor because you can understand all the other pieces on set, like the director, the gaffer, the sound person, everything. And then you get a respect for everyone on set. And at the same time, you get to see how much work it takes to put something together. And I just think it makes you a more well-rounded person.
I love it. And last question before we go to plugs. I think my agent is flirting with me. I'm scared shitless, but honestly kind of excited.
These questions are all from the UK.
Yeah.
I've been repped by her for almost 6 months, and she's always sending out vibes. I want to make a move. Do I make a move?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I thought you were going to say you weren't interested.
Yeah. So it sounds like this person is actually feeling it, and then the other person is too.
But what if he's miscalibrating? That's what I got.
Is it because she's in a position of power over him, or is he in a position of power over her?
No, she is in a position of power. She's the
Why,
agent.
she works for him.
Right, but I'm sure that's really how it should be. But oftentimes,
No. She works for him. Am I wrong?
I equate it to like a
Do
lawyer.
you guys
If
work?
you hire a lawyer.
No. Do you guys work for your agent?
No need to get upset, man.
Johnny, do you work for your agent?
No, they only take 10%. You do 90% of the work.
Austin, do you work for your agent?
Are you okay, man?
Then he
Which agent hurt you,
is
man?
in a position of power over her.
Yeah, that's true.
Me too,
But
man.
Use it and
Hashtag
abuse
me
it,
too.
baby.
I guess the only fear is if he's wrong, and maybe she's just asking, "Hey, can you send me a shirt? Like, make this more sexy." Like, it could just be an audition note. Not that she has any, skill acting.
Is that what you think he meant by the question?
I'm saying I was worried that he might be miscalibrating. And he works with this person. They have a working relationship. Do you take that risk? Then you got to find a new agent. That's a pain.
They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, but it's still a
So
pain.
are actors.
That's true.
So you would make the
yeah.
move. You would make the move.
If I was interested in somebody and I thought she was interested in me, call me crazy. I might make the move.
And how would you do it? How would you do it?
Let's see
Help
it.
this guy.
I'm the agent right now.
Here we go.
Well, maybe
He's the agent right now.
I would say, well, it's a
Hey,
it's a
hey, Aaron, thanks so much for coming in today. By the way, I love that sweater on you. It really complements your skin tone. You look fantastic. Look, I was going through your profile. You have some really, really beautiful, very, very handsome photos here. But I would love to see some really shirtless things. Maybe something that shows like your body. Something that really shows your figure. Because I know you're hiding something in there, and I really want to see it.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
It's these guns.
I would love to
It's
see
going to be
them.
outlawed in America.
Yeah, and then maybe next time we can get together over drinks. Maybe at my place tonight, and we can talk more about your career.
You know what? I would love that.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, you made it way too easy.
But here's the thing: it's not going to be that easy. It's going to be a multi-step process. Of
course.
Now all you talk about is business with her, which is great. That's what you should talk about. Maybe the next step is, so I mean, what else? Tell me about your other clients, and then it's like,
Whoa, don't do that. Hey, tell me about your ex-boyfriends. That's what you're asking.
no, it's like
This is what you do.
seen as a business.
You
thing.
say, come out.
Tell-
Hey, lunch is on me. I want to go out. Let's talk.
but you. Tell me about your other clients. That's a fine question. Hey, what kinds of
No, it makes- it seems-
what are your clients booking? That speaks on her level of.
All right. Well, it might come
But that's
off
just
needy.
that's just the first step, and then you get to.
Give me step number 8.
Should I call you a cab or?
Nobody uses cabs anymore,
How
man.
do you like your eggs, ma'am?
I would say actually don't pursue it and leave her wanting more.
What's more important to you? Getting that kiss, maybe at the end of one weekend night, or booking that role if she really likes you?
There you go.
But a lot of actors marry their agents or publicists, right?
Name 2.
The woman that we worked with in Splitting Image married her manager.
Right.
Actually,
The woman?
Didn't the Dos Equis guy marry
woman.
his manager or his agent? The guy that did the
Yeah,
old
that's
guy?
how she got it. yeah.
Also,
Or he got it.
Yeah.
The director of Zombieland married his publicist, or a publicist that he worked with.
So it turns out that's the norm. You'd be
Industry
weird if you
people.
didn't pursue it, bud.
You'd be weird if you didn't marry that person. Yeah.
Those are the questions, my friend.
That's it. What are we doing this weekend?
You guys got anything coming up?
Well, we're gonna reshoot a short we did a while ago.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. That's
Human
right.
Endorphins.
The Case 2.0. What are the Human Endorphins, man? Let me hear it.
Sketch Comedy YouTube page. We kind of got a little infamous about over a year ago by making fun of these helpful Honda ads. If you're local to Southern California, then you know there are these ads where helpful Honda people come and pay for your gas or whatever.
Random act of helpfulness.
Exactly. We made fun of them. We came very close to a cease and desist.
Yeah.
And it only brought us more notoriety.
I actually lost my agent over it, so that's cool.
That's right.
And you
Hey,
got
for
banned-
another podcast.
Banned from a
podcast.
casting office.
And I got banned. I got blackballed. Yeah.
We should leave with that cliffhanger.
And how do we find the Human Endorphins? What's the YouTube channel?
Humor Endorphins on YouTube. We would love to have you.
All right. So where can they find us, man?
You can find us on all social media and Gmail fronts at Surviving Hollywood Podcast. At Surviving Hollywood Podcast. Hit us up there. If you have questions, if you want answers, then we'll talk to you in the DMs.
Got anything else for us?
That's it.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next time. That was Surviving Hollywood Podcast. Later, guys.
Later.